Hello and welcome to Mother Tongue, the podcast where modern motherhood meets real life. I'm Marianne, founder, podcast host, and mum of three, and I created this space for all the mums who are juggling it all. From toddlers and tantrums to businesses and burnout, we're talking about what it actually takes to build a life, a career, and a family all at once. Here, you'll hear honest, unfiltered conversations with founders, freelancers, experts, and everyday mums about work, wellness, identity, mental health, relationships, and everything we carry that no one talks about. Hit follow, join our community, We Are Mother Tongue, and tune in for real talk that supports the whole you, because modern motherhood is busy and no one should do it all alone.
We are so incredibly excited to welcome back Deborah Henning to Mother Tongue. Deborah, how are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. Thank you very much.
How are you actually right now after feel like you've just been running around Dubai for the last...
Yeah, Dubai's a pain.
I know.
It's a whole world that you get sucked into. Yeah, I'm hot. I
mean, I feel like you look fabulous.
I need to reduce the knitwear on my next
But you've
visit,
come,
I've realised.
You've come from Greece.
I have.
And is it balmy there? Is it cold?
No, it was thunderstorming when I packed my bag, hence why I've just got knitwear with me. For some reason, I thought when I was packing, it'll be cold in Dubai. How wrong I was.
Yeah, I know. I
Here
feel
we
like
are.
it's heating up. We're getting back into furnace temperature. Like
Yeah.
mornings and evenings, still cold.
Still all right.
But I feel like that makes dressing for the day particularly hard because I left the house, obviously, as you can see, quite summery.
Yes.
And froze all morning.
Yeah.
And now I'm like warming up and I'm a bit like fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not okay. Tell me, how is life in Greece? Because you've lived in Dubai for as long as I've known you anyway, and probably a lot longer than that.
15 years, yeah.
And then you relocated to Greece, 18
did.
months?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit over. Almost 2 years, yeah.
Wow. And tell me, how is it?
I love it.
Are you staying?
I think I'm ready to commit.
To Greece?
I am.
Okay.
But my husband's still, I think he's still on the border. So we're still going to check out Spain, maybe Italy or something like that. But I feel settled there. It's really nice.
I love it. And pace of life. Talk to me about this pace of life. Because I feel
Slower.
like I could do with some of this pace of life.
You know what I love? I love coming here for the speed, for the work, to see clients, to do face-to-face stuff, like that speed and that energy of Dubai, but then leaving to go to the slower pace of Athens. And you can still get Athens, right? So you still got that in Athens. It's still buzzy.
Yeah.
Athens is a great city, but we're just like 20 minutes outside it. So we can live that Greek pace. We're near the mountains, it's fresh air, there's like local food, we can go to the butcher for meat and like
Yeah, I
little
like that.
veggie shop, and it feels it's very nice. Like I can just slow down, and with my personality that's really helpful for me because the pace is a lot.
And how is motherhood in Greece compared to the motherhood that you experienced here?
Just slower, I think. I think there's just more room. There's more time for everything. The pace is slower. We've just calmed down a bit. But also, you know, when I was here, I had a 1, 2, 3-year-old, and since there, I have a 4 or 5-year-old. So I think that changes things also, right?
Yeah.
But I think I've slowed down, therefore the pace of life has slowed down. Therefore, we have more, time together to connect. We're not as busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that like just the way life is, you can step out of your house and like walk to the park and go and spend time together. You can go into town. It's like a 5-minute drive. Rather than Dubai, you're kind of 45 minutes from everything, at least half an hour. And you've got to pack the bag because you're going to be out, it's going to be hot, and then you're going to change your clothes. And there's all this like stuff that you have to do. Logistics.
Yeah, a little logistics.
Whereas I feel like Greece, you can just leave the house. So there's like all these small changes that actually make a huge difference, which is really nice.
I'm actually a bit jealous. I mean, like, consider this morning has just been so... I feel like every day
Hectic.
has so many layers of logistics, especially at the moment where we're in Ramadan hours and schools finish at 12:15. Today I've had to get people to obviously pick up the kids and
squeezing everything.
Yeah, and every day it's just like, okay, right, how do we prepare for tomorrow? Who do I need to speak to?
100%.
What do I need to line up to essentially make everything that needs to happen within this day actually happen? But such is life. This is the phase of motherhood that I'm currently living in.
Yeah.
For everyone who doesn't know you, Deborah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Long story short, I'm 20 years in business. I had a fashion brand for 15 years, and then I started a design consultancy after that. So I worked with other brands building their businesses and growing them, but on the kind of client side, so helping them build collections and things like that. And we worked with some of the biggest retail names in the Middle East, and I built that into a multi-6-figure business pretty quickly in under 18 months. And then COVID hit, and I had a son and decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I trained in health coaching, realized that wasn't my jam. 100%.
Health coaching?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yes, and I trained as a mindset coach also. And I realized that neither of those in silo were the right thing for me, and I love business, and so I use both of those elements in my business coaching. And now I help women grow their businesses to $20,000 a month and more, service-based businesses, coaches, consultants, the women that want it all.
Don't we all? I feel like every time I've spoken to you, and we've spoken a lot on and off over the years, and I've taken your courses and found them incredibly helpful. And I feel like every single time we talk, I'm like, I'm going to set up a new business. And you're like, stop
setting up businesses. Yeah.
Stop.
I saw something the other day and I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah,
What's
I know.
this
Well,
now?
I
was like, I nearly messaged you. I was like, babe, one product, one service, one client, 1 million. That's what we need to do first.
well, you'll be proud in a way, because I have employed someone who's going to essentially step up and run the agency for me.
Okay, good.
So I've moved this
You've moved it
semi
aside.
off my plate, and the landing desk is essentially it's going to be a segue of mother tongue, where
Okay.
we're essentially helping families relocate to this
Okay.
part of the world.
Okay.
Which I feel like there's a gap for that, because there
Yeah.
is no one helping, especially mums.
Yeah, it's a tough transition.
It is. And, you know, I feel like there's lots of great business services where they talk about, you know, the physical relocation or setting up
Yeah.
your visa and doing all of this. But no one's like, let me help you find the community that actually might work for you,
Yeah.
or the right school for your kids, or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's just a total minefield. But tell me what you're working on at the moment.
Self-made CEO.
I love this.
Yes. So self-made CEO, I think, has been the thing that's been inside me for years that's finally out. You know, it's like the thing that I've been working on my entire life that's come to fruition, I think. It's a mentorship program. It's a 12-month mentorship program where I work with women to help them build the businesses in every capacity. So we build the woman, we build the identity, we build the confidence first. Then we build the strategy. Then I show them how to build marketing around them without a huge team. So you don't need like a huge team to make a lot of money. You can do that by yourself. It's just like, what are steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get it done? And it really is everything that I've learned in the past 20 years. I think like the course that you worked when we worked together, it was 10 weeks. It's not enough. It's startup. It's like, you know, a different product. And I've realized that there was an essence of that I wanted to take, but actually I need to work with women for longer. They need the accountability. I need to give them the support, and doing that over a longer period of time with much more depth in each area, rather than this is what you need to do in email marketing. This is what you need to do in marketing. You know what I mean? Like we go in a lot more depth with a lot more support.
Which I love.
Yeah, so we've just rolled that out in January. I've just opened a second beta this week, and it will close, and then that's it, and it'll go into full fruition in April, May. And that's it. That's my that's what I do now. That's my signature program. I have one thing only, and that's how I help people grow businesses.
Yeah, I need to really take a leaf out of your book. But okay, so I know you mentioned here that you obviously help women develop, like build their companies, build their dreams, essentially. When a mum comes to you and she's looking for support, so one of the things that I always find hard is time, and you're juggling so many different things. Where can you support women who are basically poor on time? Like how can mums who are looking to start a side hustle build something like this, or start to make those small changes to build in the right direction? Because I do think that is sometimes part of the battle. You have this great idea and you want to get going, but number one, you don't know where to start until you don't know where you're going to find this time.
Mm-hmm. I think we have to look at when it's the story of time, we have to look at, okay, what is happening with that time? Everyone's got the same 24 hours in the day.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like, well, the way that I look at this problem, let's say, is that I chunk my day. Mm-hmm. So I build boundaries around my time so that I can use some of it for what's my priority? My business, my family, and my friendships. What else do we need time for? You know, like it goes into one of three categories,
yeah.
right? My family, my friends, my business, pretty much. And also me time. So I have time also to work out and to, you know, think about and, you know, have some time to myself. And so if I try to do everything at once, I'll do nothing well.
No.
So when it comes to time, I have a method in which I use the time in my day effectively. So when I block out my time to train, it's a time for me in the morning. It's a morning. I block that first hour. It's for me. And then within that time, I make my priority. So I figure out what the outcome is that I want. So this year, I don't know if you saw it, I'm doing Project 43, which is I want to be the fittest version of myself at 43 years old. And what does that mean? The outcome means I want to be X weight, I want to have X amount of muscle mass, and I want to, whatever. I want to feel fit, I want to feel healthy, vibrant. So if I want that outcome, what is the input I need to put in? The input is I need to do weight training 3 times a week, and I need to walk for 45 minutes a day. That's it, right? And I need to eat well. So I go back to the time frame that I've given myself, and I prioritize those things. And I do nothing else other than those things. I just prioritize the input in that time. And then I move to business, right? I sort my son out, he goes to school, I have an hour blocked out for that, don't do anything else. And I sit down and I work, and I've got 5 hours. And that is the amount of time that I'm building this $1 million business in, and that is it. And so if I'm going to use those 5 hours, what am I going to do? What is the needle movers that move me towards the outcome that I want? So if my outcome is $1 million, $83,330-ish a month, what are the things that I need to do every day to go closest to that goal? Usually it's doing money-making things, so attracting new clients, attracting sales into the business. What does that mean? What activity do I need to do? Looking after my clients, make sure they get the best experience so they come out with the outcome that they want, which inevitably leads to more clients, right? Making sure that they're good and they're on track and they're accountable. If I do those 2 things every day, I'm always working towards the outcome that I want. And I use my time for that. Everything else is noise. Like, prioritize the things that need to get done, and that is it.
And then how do you focus on that and not get distracted by things like, so this is me. I'm like, right, you've got time, we're going to do this. I get distracted by my phone. I'm like, oh my God, I need to send this. I'm going to need to post this reel, pick up my phone. And then I get 10 emails in my inbox. So I then spend time going that. And then I think, oh my gosh, I really need to do a supermarket shop, or I need to go and, clear out my daughter's wardrobe. Shit like that does happen from time to time. I get easily distracted, which I know not everyone is like that, but a lot of mums do, especially when there is a big task that you're faced with. It's very hard to block out all the other things that also give you that quick dopamine hit as well.
Yeah.
So how do you really, what tricks have you learned to really get yourself into, we're going to do this and we're going to do it now?
Yeah.
Does the phone go away in the bin?
I do time block.
Okay.
So
where and how?
Okay. So if I'm going to do content creation, which is obviously part of the business marketing, right? I need time to sit down and script. I need time to sit down and think about what we're going to do, plan. So I block out 90 minutes for that. I turn off my phone, I turn off my emails, and I do not speak to anyone. I put my headphones on and I just sit there for 90 minutes. And I'm like, right, this is whether it's email writing, whether it's writing captions, whatever it is, I need to lock in. I need to get into a flow of like creativity. And I can't do that if I'm thinking about what Sarah said on the WhatsApp, or having a chat with someone, or thinking about the washing in the background. I just can't do it. I'm not superhuman. I just get things out of my way so that I don't have to do it. So number one is blocking the time of things that need to get done. So content creation is a big element of it, and that needs to be done a lot, like every day. But before that, the outreach, the dealing with contracts, whatever it is, the things that make me money, is those things get done first. So I always prioritize those. So if something blows up somewhere else, those things are done because they're out of my way first thing. Then I focus on, right, what are the needed moves the rest of the day. The other element is support. So, and I was thinking about this on the way over here because I knew you would ask something like this. It's like, what systems do I have in place to make sure that I can focus on the things that I can get done? So I make sure that I know what the end goal is and what the tasks are per month, per week, per day, per hour, per minute, pretty much. And that sounds like it might be very restrictive, but actually gives you a lot more freedom because you've got 30 minutes to do this one thing and that's it. And then the other thing is support. So how do you build a support system around you that helps you get to that goal, right? Because I think that women take on so much silent weight that we're thinking about, what's he going to wear for the school non-uniform day on Friday? And did I do Fruity Fridays? Did I put a thingy in? Like, you've got all this stuff that's going around in your brain. And it's like, what can I offset? What can I give to somebody else so I don't need to think about these things? And so what do I need to do in my business? And this works the same for a VA. It works the same for a social media team. What can I hand off? What can I delegate? And I figure out what those things are. anyone that is doing something that's less than my hourly rate, it gets given to somebody else. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the highest paid person in my business, then I've got a rate per hour and I focus on those things. Everything else goes to somebody else. But as I was saying on the way over, I was thinking about delegation, because you can give stuff to other people, but then your mind is like, are they doing it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's an art to delegation. I think there's an art to handing it over to someone and having a level of trust that they can get it done for you and they don't need to ask you again. Like, so I will open like if I've got a task for a VA, I'll say, right, this is your new task. This is the system in which it needs to be done. Go away and try it. If you get any questions, come back to me. Do that as much as you want this week. After this week, I expect that you can do it. Don't come back to me again. Like, I want to hand this over, right? Tell me exactly what you need to be able to do this with precision. Yeah. And then I'm going to hand it to you and I don't need to worry about it again. And so the handoff is important to make sure that you can trust people to do stuff that you want. And for me, that alleviates a pressure in my mind of stuff, right? Same with my husband. Like, we talk about what my son's going to do, what happens on a Wednesday after school, what happens we've got like a system that works so that I don't have to think about everything, so that I don't have to think about what's being made for dinner every night. You know, we used to have a nanny, we don't anymore. Now it's us. We don't have a cleaner, we don't have a nanny, we don't have anyone. Like, leaving Dubai, like, things change. Yeah. So you've got to have a system, because that will weigh you down if you're thinking about all that stuff. And like, so figuring out who you can give stuff to, number one, and then getting that system to make sure that you can delegate really well. Hand stuff off, man. Yeah. Like, you're not Superwoman. No. You can't do everything. No. And at the end of the day, your dreams matter as much as everybody else. So why should you be doing motherhood? Yeah. Plus looking after the entire family, plus building businesses? Like, as far as I'm concerned, marriage is a 50-50 relationship. Agreed. And no one's business or entrepreneurship or dream is more important than the other. Agreed. And we made this kid together. We're going to look after him together. And so the reason I'm sitting here right now is because we've had that conversation, and that I can say, all right, I need 2 hours to go and do this podcast. And he's like, okay. And it's a seesaw. Give and take. It's a give and take. Yeah. Yeah. And I learned that from you, and I'm now queen of delegation. Love that. Yeah, I really am. I mean, my husband, everyone's always like, oh, your husband is so good. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, he is so good, but because you put the boundaries in place. But also, why shouldn't he be? Absolutely. Why shouldn't he be? Like, they're like, you know, I've still, even with my female friends, there is still this level of like, oh yeah, but he brings in the money, and I'm like, hang on a second, honey. You know, like, because I'm pretty sure you do all right. No, to be honest, we both bring in the same, so 100%. we're equal incomes in this family, so we're equal outputs. Yep. And, you know, we've done things now where we've got a second nanny, and I'm not ashamed to say that, because we need that support. We have 3 small kids at home. Like, I need to be able to do what I do. Yeah. And as you said, you know, if I can delegate, I've got a great VA. It's changed my life, basically. Yeah. It's changed my life. But still, regardless, there are just things that only mums do, or mum's intuition. You know, my husband can't cook, for example. Well, he can, but he doesn't. He goes to an office. He doesn't get back till 6:30. So food normally comes on me, with lots of other things. But what I wanted to ask is, you talk about time blocking and systems and all this kind of stuff, and there are a million things now on the market. I've played around with Motion. I've played around with Notion. I can't get my head around Notion. What have you found to be an effective system? Like, what really makes your ship work in the right way? I do use Motion. You do use Motion? Motion with an M. Yeah, I love Motion, to be honest. Yeah, because it blocks time for me. Yeah. So I can tell it, like, okay, I need 2 hours to do this, and it will fit it in my calendar. Yeah. So I can just go about my calendar as normal, and I know that this is the deadline for stuff, and it puts in things for me. And but the thing with that is, unless you've got unless you are dedicated to make that work, you're just going to ignore it. Yes, this is like, you have to be disciplined. Yeah. And so do I. Like, let's be real. Like, oh God, I can't be bothered, and I'm going to go and sit and have a coffee instead. But you have to be, like, everything comes down to discipline. Yeah. Like, and again, it's just down to the outcome that you want. Like, what am I going to do today to get the outcome that I want? And it's like, I've blocked it into Motion. I'm just going to get it done. You know, so as long as you're realistic with the amount of hours you want to put in and what those hours will bring you, then you just follow the app, you know, like it's pretty straightforward. I think just also removing things that distract you. So I have time to go on Instagram. There's a time when I don't just have my phone with me all day. On the way over here, I had like 67 WhatsApps, and I looked at it as I walked in. I'm like, nope, because I can't think about that right now. You know, I'll get to it when I get to it. The world's not going to end if you don't reply to a WhatsApp immediately. No. Like, there's boundaries. I just put the boundary around like your attention. Yeah. You know, and at some point it just becomes more important for me to be here with you in this room and be present than to be thinking about what's just happened on my WhatsApp. Like, it's not for right now. I've got something blocked in my calendar.
Yeah. I do get massive anxiety though when I've never had 67 unread WhatsApps in my life. If I have more than 10, I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe. The world is ending. This is like a personal thing that I clearly need some therapy to get through.
So what happens if they don't get answered?
I know nothing will happen. I just don't like it. I know that that's like on my plate, that I've got to deal with it at some point.
It's got to get done.
And then I'm like, oh my God, there's so much anxiety. There's so much to do.
It's probably because you've not got an amount of time that you can, because you don't know when you can get to it. So you're doing it in the lift, you're doing it on the you're doing it in the car, and that becomes like, that'll shit drive you crazy. Yeah. So it's like, I know that after this, I have got a bit of time because my calendar says so, that I can then sit down, have a coffee, and then go through it. Yeah. Breathe. Yeah.
I need to get better at this.
Yeah. It's just discipline. That's all it is. Giving yourself time. It's okay to give yourself time in the day. The world is not going to stop spinning if you give yourself half an hour, like to check your emails.
Yeah. So true. I want to bring on, sorry, stop there. I want to now talk about AI because I feel like, so I don't know how you feel about AI. I feel like, yes, it's probably killing my brain cells slowly, but it has revolutionized the speed of which I can work now, which is a great thing, but also terrifying because obviously what goes out comes straight back in like a bloody boomerang. And so everything is moving faster, but I feel like I'm getting through stuff much faster. Yeah. What do you think about AI and can it help us in business?
Are you kidding? There's only one way we're going. Yeah. Like if you're avoiding it, especially as a business owner. Yeah. Like, we are hurtling towards AI faster than anyone can even catch up. Like even like us in the team, we're like figuring out what's happening on a day-to-day basis, you know, of AI. And so absolutely we're using it to support the business. What I'm doing in my business is taking a section of it offline. So because I believe that in the future, not the very distant future, in the next kind of, I would say within 12 months, there's going to be duplicates of people, clones of people, creating content. You're not going to know, like we can have you having this podcast, it's not even you. You and I could have this on WhatsApp and you say, create the podcast for me and it will do it for us. 100%, man. That's where we're going. So within the next 12 to 18 months, everything that we see on a phone is not going to be real anymore because the average person is going to be able to generate that content through prompts. And so what's going to happen is people are going to stop trusting what they're looking at. Right now, we still have some level of trust. We've lost it through the influencer marketing era. Everyone thinks they're being sold something now. So that's fallen off a cliff. And so now it's like, do we trust that people are selling to us all the time? Less so. That's why coaching's got harder. But in the next 18 months, we're going to see that people are going to stop being like, even now, I don't know if you've noticed, like there's a kid, you know, you see these kids that are like, saying something funny, like a quip. My husband showed me the other day. Oh, look at this kid telling me. I'm like, that's AI. Yeah. He's like, is it? Yeah. And this is it now. We're at this tipping point where it's like, is it? And you're like, oh my God, it is. And you almost feel duped. You feel upset that you just watched something that made you laugh. Yeah. That's not real. Yeah. And so this is what we're going. And so what I'm doing with my business is making sure that there's an offline presence. And so being in Dubai, being in front of people, doing business retreats, doing events, doing face-to-face stuff where people feel your energy is where I'm going with my business. My online presence will support my offline because for me, community, people, the human interaction is the next wave of what people are going to want. They want that human touch because they're not going to trust online at all.
That's terrifying. So there's a negative of AI, but where are you adding AI to your business to essentially support what you're doing on the daily?
Yeah. So in Self-Made CEO, we're building an AI spine into the entire business.
Ooh, a spine.
Oh, yeah. We're giving people systems. So I asked them last week, so we're in beta now. So I'm asking them, what do you need a system for? Tell us what you want. Tell us, if I could, I'm the magic wand lady, like tell me what you want. Here's the information about how to build a business in 2026. And moving forward to 2027, what can we build for you? What system can we automate for you that you would love if this happened? And so
give me an example of what people are asking for.
like, I mean, social media is one of them,
Yeah.
right? So how do you automate like scripting for Reels so that it creates viral content? Right, so we have a system for that. So we're building a system so that they can access it, so that they can get things that they can say that have been proven to be viral, and so they take it, they put their twist on it, and they put it out into the world, and we do that consistently until we build their Instagram. And so there's things like that. There's systems in how you build your CRM to attack, you know, like the normal stuff. Like how do you make that seamless so your workflow? Like one of my clients who I met this morning, it's like we're taking her. She's been in business 20 years. So you can imagine the manual build that this business has.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm surprised they're not still on pen and paper. Like that's where we're at. And we have to like yank them out of it and go into,
the 21st century.
Yeah. And it's like, we're not just going to like basic systems here. We're like, okay, we're going to take you to basic systems, but we're also going to take you to how can we add AI to this so that it makes it beautiful, so that you can do more of the important stuff in your business and you don't have to do any of this rubbish stuff. And so there's loads of room to like build that in. Automations, but we want to keep it human at the same time, right? We want to make sure that we're not taking away from the touch of these businesses, but on every touch point we can use AI. Even if it's just scheduling your calendar, it's AI. It's AI scheduling.
Yeah.
Right? So there's really basic stuff, and then there's more advanced stuff we can do. But we're rolling that out so that we basically hand those systems to people that work with us, so that we don't have to let them figure it out. We do all the hard work, and then we just hand it to someone and say, use this. This is the best way to do it, because we've spent months and years figuring this stuff out.
And when it comes to like different AI tools, I mean, obviously we all know ChatGPT. I swear at the end of this, we'll do a quickfire round and I ask every person, what is your favorite AI tool or app? And everyone says ChatGPT, which, I mean, I love it. I'm not going to lie. It like probably knows me better than I know myself. But what other AI tools and apps are you using, or are you building everything yourself? And if you say you're building everything yourself, I'm
We're
going to
building
be like,
them. Yeah.
shut up. So how do you even go about doing that?
Because okay, so
like, how does that even work?
Because it becomes what are the problems in my business? What do I wish exists? So I can. The problem that I came about is like, I don't want to use these 20 different apps. It's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Like I don't want to download this and after that and Zapier this to that and connect this to that. And it's like it's so annoying.
Zapier throws
so
me.
how do we do it? So we can create a database where we can connect some of these things out. You just curate it yourself. So we have like the booking system can be within this system, which is attached to this one, and we connect those together, make it simpler. So we're not having to download individual apps for everything. That's basically what we're building in the background. It's going to take a bit of time, but we're on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And for right now, obviously motion we love.
That's it. I use ChatGPT
And motion
pretty much. That's I mean, there's all the other like automation stuff like Zapier and things like that, but it's not this in terms of AI. I only use ChatGPT and Motion.
And when it comes to like your presentations and stuff, because that's what I feel like I can use ChatGPT for a lot of things, but when it comes to the creative side, like I have to put something in a deck to pitch or something like that. That's where chat goes a bit
wonky.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should. I don't think you should use it for that. And that's where your heart and soul is. If you're going to go sell your business to someone, they're going to know if it's been made on ChatGPT.
Oh, for sure.
We want to use it, but not to the detriment of the company. We want to use it to support us, but we don't lose your voice in any of that. Like we need to make sure that it's especially with the women in business, like most of the women that I work with, in fact, all of the women that I work with have done something because they've got a unique talent in something and they want to make money out of it. And they're fucking good at what they do. Like they're really good at what they do. So we take that genius and we build it into a business that makes them a lot of money. Yeah. We don't want to lose that. Like we don't want to give the ChatGPT the power to like make it sound like
everyone else.
Oh man, like you see the LinkedIn posts or the emails and like here's the truth. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Here's the truth again? Like, come on, man. Please, for the love of God, if you've got a business, take that out of your emails, take it out of your Canva posts. Like, just remove it. And the long dashes and, it's like all that basic stuff that you're like, it's just, you're losing the soul of the business.
Like, exactly.
And
credibility instantly.
Yeah, man. Like, everyone wants to hear your voice. No one wants to hear ChatGPT. They want to hear you. So we need to not dull that down. And that's like that whole like human element. Like, if I want to hear your story, I want to hear about you. I want to know about what's going on in this business, your brainchild. Why? Because you care about women. You care about them coming to this country and not having anything. And it's like, well, why do you care about that? You know, ChatGPT will be, you know, giving me the glossy version. I don't want that. I want the real version.
Yeah.
And that's what connects with people, and that's what's going to sell. And so let everyone go off on that journey. You know, you're going to get a bunch of business. Like, I met with a wine company the other day, and they're like, oh, we just built the whole thing on ChatGPT. I'm like, that's lovely, but it won't sell.
No.
Because there's no heart and soul in
No,
it.
exactly. And you still need the heart and the soul.
And you have to.
You've obviously seen a lot of women who have been in business over the years. And you mentioned at the beginning that when you first bring all these women in, you start the course, you work on the confidence. And confidence is very key. And there are a lot of women out there who are probably listening to this who have a great idea, but don't think that they can do it. You know, there's that kind of imposter syndrome, or they don't think they have time, or they think, you know, they just need to stay at home and look after their kids. Like, how can we get those women to believe in themselves? Like, what small steps can they take to just start? To start.
Yeah. I think, number one, a lot of people don't realize the gems that they have. Like, the amount of stuff that most women that I work with or speak to have been through and overcome and got to the other side of. Like, one of them being childbirth. Like, childbirth is hard. Let's be real. Yeah. Pregnancy is hard. Childbirth is hard. Like, you've overcome every nuanced hiccup in that journey, and God knows what else in your life. And you think you can't do hard things. You can do hard things. Like, your courage just needs to be bigger than your fear. And, you know, it just always comes down to, so what we work on first is the North Star strategy. So we work on what is it that you want. So if you say to me, you know, because the strategy is easy. I can give you the self-made method to make you $20,000 a month and plus. It is literally a list of things that you need to go out and do to make money. But the problem that I have with every business is it's not the strategy, it is the person. The mindset gets in the way, the confidence gets in the way. Who am I to do this? I'm not good enough. Look at all these other people. They're all better than me. And it's like everyone has got a unique set of skills, a unique combination. Like, your fingerprint is different to everyone else's on the planet. And your story that you've been through might seem mundane to you, but it's not. It's your unique, it's your secret sauce to being different to every other company out there. And so only you can take that story and think, actually, I've got something to say, and I can turn this into a business, and I believe in myself enough. But how to get there is starting with the outcome that you want. What is your North Star? What do you want, right? Because if I want to run a coaching business, it's $1 million coaching business, right? How am I going to get there? I need to get out in front of people. I need to do podcasts. I need to stand on stages. I need to sell my thing, right? And if I don't sell it, no one's going to sell it for me. If my pricing is too low because I don't believe in myself, I'll work all day and not make enough money. It's down to me. And so I had to work on my mindset so much. It's the mindset. It's the stories that we tell ourselves. And that's where we start. We start with the stories, because everything starts and ends in your mind. If you tell me right now, I'm going to make this new business into a multi-million-dollar business in 3 years' time, I'll go, okay, how are we going to do it? And you're gonna break it down, and it's basically a simple set of steps. What is going to stop you from doing everything on that list between now? This is my plan to get from here to 3 million. There's 150 things on that list. What's going to stop you from doing
Myself.
it? Yes. The only thing that will get in your way is you.
Yeah.
So once you've decided, you've got a set of steps, and that's what we do at Self-Made CEO. We give you the set of steps.
Off you go.
And off you go. And every hurdle that we come across, I literally give, the confidence code is a self-built program, which is in it to tell you how to reframe your mind. Because I understand that. I have been in a place where if anyone can, you know, come out of, like, I grew up in North Manchester, right? It wasn't the most inspirational of places. Everyone around me worked hard, really long hours, took their salaries, and then that was it. You went to college, you get married, you get a job, and you have some kids, and that's it. And it's like, you have to look around and think, okay, what do I want? How am I going to get there? Because no one else can see that vision but you.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide that that's what you want. And then you have to figure out what stories you're telling yourself to stop yourself getting there. And it's a really long road sometimes, because you're like, I don't know what I'm saying. Like, when I started this work, I was like, I think I'm fine. Like, I'm not saying anything. And then I started listening to what I was saying to myself, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is holding me back. What am I going to do about it? And the only difference between people that succeed and people that don't, they look at those things that are hard and they say, all right, this is what's currently stopping me from getting what I want. This is what I need to do to fix it. And I use that in everything. So I use it in my marriage, if I'm, and everything's seasons, right? So sometimes it might be that we need to focus on the marriage. Sometimes we need to focus on being a parent. Sometimes it needs to be in the business. What's the biggest constraint from getting you what you want? If you're fighting with your spouse and it's doing your head in and you can't get past it, stop, focus, figure out what it is that needs to get done and look at it and say, this is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it because the outcome that I want is on the other side of this pain. The end result is in the thing that you're avoiding the most, the thing that you want. Same with business. If there's a skill gap and you don't know how to get there, focus on skill gap. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to focus on getting better at doing business. It's going to feel horrible because I'm not going to feel good enough, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's just like one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, 100%. 100%. I've got two more questions around this. Now, number one is for the people who say, not now. I can't do it now because I have a 3-month-old baby, let's say. Or I can't do it now because I'm pregnant. What do you say to the people who are like, I can't do it now? I can't do it now.
That's up to them. Don't do it then. Like, I'm not...
But there is never the right time.
There's never a right time. There's never a right time. That comes back to stories.
Yeah.
My job isn't to convince people that the time is right for them. My job is to show them that there's a path to do whatever the fuck they want in life and that I can show them the path to getting that. Like, that's it. But if they're convinced that never is the right time, I'll tell you a story. I started this business when I was 9 months pregnant and my husband left his job, his very nicely paying job, to go and trade the Australian stock market with our savings.
I remember you telling me this.
So if someone tells me there's not a good time, this is the story that I tell them. There's never, it depends how much you want it. Like, I knew that, I had a multi-6-figure, almost 7-figure business consultancy. I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm about to have a kid. I need to change this up. I can't be working 10 hours a day. I don't want a team. I want to be agile. I want to be moving around. Like, it's time to switch. He leaves his job, decides he's going to go and trade the Australian stock market. So while I'm breastfeeding, he's gone. Like, he's in the middle of the night, he's gone. And I could have said, the time is not now. I took my time. I didn't rush into it. But you've got to trust your pace.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to trust yourself that this is where I'm going regardless. So whether I do it slowly every day and still be a mum, then that's okay. And I did. That's all I did. I slowly ramped down this business while I slowly built this one up. And I'm still doing that. Like, I still have, we moved countries in the middle of all this. And so I'm ramping it up in my own pace. Like, I'm doing it in my own way, But there's no doubt where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, there's one road and I'm on it.
I love it.
And you just pick your road and get on it.
Get on it. Get on the bloody road.
Yeah.
And then what about the people who are in a job and they have a great idea and they want to start it? Do you think it is better to start a business while someone else is paying you a salary?
Yes, absolutely.
Because there are two train of thoughts I have on this. I would always say that, if you have got the ambition, let's call it, to go and do your 9 to 5 and then come home and work in the evenings or get up early in the mornings and work, you then can tell yourself, I want this. Yeah. I really want this. But then at the same time, I feel like nothing puts you under pressure quite like not having a job or not having an income, let's say.
I think you can be smart about it, right?
Sure.
Be strategic. So you can build, I've worked with lots of women that are still in their businesses, still in their companies, and they're building something on the side. And I think there's a confidence in doing that. So they're still getting paid, they feel okay. And then at some point, there's a tipping point that you are like, okay, I feel good enough about it, especially if you're going from scratch. Because if you're going from, I've got this idea, to actually making money can be quite a long journey. Going from scratch and needing to make money is a different...
For sure.
It's a lot more stressful.
Yeah, a lot more.
You can build a lot of that legwork. There's work that we do in the base to understand the foundations of what we're doing and what we're building, which takes a bit of time and will make you no money. But those foundations are critical to getting it right. So if we don't do that and we miss that bit, or we speed it and we do it fast because we need to make money, we kind of like, okay, we might have missed doing some of the deep legwork.
And you got to go back then.
You've got to go back. And a lot of the time people come to me when they've got 6-figure businesses and they're stuck because they haven't got time to go back. But to go forward, we have to do that. So this is kind of like the soup that people get themselves into. So I would always say, if it depends as well. If you've got two kids and you can't do it, then you can't do it. But you have to ask for that support then.
Yeah.
You have to lean on that network and be like, right, who's going to help me do this thing? This is my dream. Who have I got that can help me? Who's going to jump in and help me build this thing? So you steer the ship, and then you've got people helping you do it.
Exactly. And I think, I think what I found in my early motherhood days was, I think social media was such a curse because it portrayed this idea of balance and that you could have it all and you could do it all and you could be smiling and happy, and fuck, it's a load of bullshit. Yeah. I think the reality is, what I've come to terms with is now, there are some weeks or some days even that I'm really great at work. I'm really great. I'm a shit mum and I prioritize work because I have to. There is no ifs and buts about it, and I don't feel guilty about it. And then there are other days where I'm epic at parenting. I tick all the boxes. I spend time with the baby at home. I take him for a swim, do all that. And work suffers and I'm behind. But that's also okay. Yeah. And to the clients who don't like that, on you go. But it's true. And I mean, I'm never really behind. By the end of the week, you've got yourself. Exactly. You catch yourself up. And I think if you're always trying to chase this balance, you're going to be bloody miserable. If you're trying to nail it all, you are. Delegate, get help where you can, do the things that you love as well in a business, because there's some stuff that I really hate.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be doing it. Give it to someone else to do it, because it's not fun. No. Business should be fun.
Exactly.
We should be
Most
doing
of the time
stuff
anyway.
that we love.
Yeah.
Why are we doing the stuff we don't want to do? That's what business, that's what it's about. Give it to someone else to do. Yeah. And you can also still build balance into your day.
Sure.
As long as you've got the discipline to do it.
Yeah.
And you've got more kids than me. I've only got one kid, so.
Yeah, but 1, 5, it's all the same.
Is it though? I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure. I can build balance into my day because I prioritize my work, my time, and my, I forget after 3, I'm done. I'm not working anymore. Yeah. Unless there's an emergency or I have a call with the US or something like that. But for the most part, it's kind of that's where we're at. And so I can block my day like that because I've figured it out, and that's what I do. I don't need to try to mix them and match the boundaries and do work. I do not try to work while I'm trying to look after my son. He's I took a video of him yesterday. He's running around in circles in the house, and you're just fuck, this kid is mental. Yeah. He's the energy on this kid is nuts. And so good luck trying to send an email or try to build a deck or whatever. I just don't try.
No.
Therefore I don't feel bad about it. No. Because I'm this is what I've got done today. I've done my priorities. My clients are good. Everyone's vibing and making their money. Life is good. Yeah. Here, I can be a parent. Yeah. So what do I do? Maybe I'll do some cooking. Yeah. Maybe I'll, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll order food. So I don't put that pressure on myself to try to do both. I just don't do it.
We've got a quick fire round before we finish up today. Are you ready?
Yes.
What's one product you swear by?
Motion.
Love it! To be fair, I love motion. Coffee or matcha?
Coffee.
One habit that makes you feel more grounded or organised?
I do use a certain amount of my day to sit in silence. And that sounds really cliche and horrible.
No. Love this.
But I need to ground myself every day.
Love this.
To remember where I'm going, what I'm doing, connect with the people that I love, switch off from all the crazy, and just either meditate, get in a bath, sit, literally in silence. I don't mind what it is, as long as I've not got I can just zen. I need it.
Perfect. Yeah. AI tool or app that you're loving at the moment?
Motion.
Guys, check out Motion.
I mean, it's not that good. It's just the one that I use. I use ChatGPT in Motion.
I mean, it's so good. Yeah. One business or motherhood hack that you couldn't live without?
I think I wrote this down and I've forgotten what I said. What did I put for this? To cut this bit out. Motherhood hack that I couldn't live without. I think it's just delegation, man. Yeah. I think it's
delegate.
Ask for help, dude. Yeah. Ask for help.
I'm just so bad at doing that as women.
Terrible.
As well.
I grew up not asking for help, and I realized that it was childhood trauma or something, that I needed to be independent and whatever.
Me too.
And I had a conversation with my sister-in-law this week, and she's like, I think I really struggle. Physically, she was ill, and she got herself out of bed instead of asking 4 other adults in the house. She's like, I went downstairs and I got the Panadol and the everything, and it's she's I physically couldn't ask for help, and I think that is the ultimate hack.
Yeah, agreed.
You're not Superwoman.
No.
Ask.
Ask, always ask.
Yeah.
Go to wellness ritual in under 10 minutes.
Just get my ass in the gym. There's no ritual. I don't know anything. I just move myself every day. That's it.
And
Or, actually, let me go back. I've actually got better answers to that one. The walking mat under my desk.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. It's not a wellness ritual, but it's a health ritual. Yeah. I don't really do a lot of like wellnessy stuff. I just look after myself. And the walking mat under my desk, oh my God, I love it.
It's the best. I have one of those. Single most powerful thing that has helped you?
Finding my worth. Realising that everyone's got their own gems and all you need to do is be confident enough to bring them to the world, and you can make a lot of money doing stuff that you love.
And Deborah, for anyone who wants to reach out and find you and find out more about your fantastic course, can you tell them where to find you?
Deborah Henning. Oh, what is my Instagram? Is it Deborah Henning Official? Yeah, Deborah Henning Official. Drop me a DM. I'm always there.
And your website?
journeytoselfmade.com.
I'm going to link everything in the show notes, guys, so you can find all the info there. Deborah, you've been phenomenal.
Thank you so much
for coming back on Mother Tongue.